I refuse to give you guys a giant pricing table where I say, charge this amount for this type of project and charge this amount for this email. Like that is one of the fastest ways to become a commodity. In this world, I want you to show up as a strategic partner so you can get paid in proportion to the value you provide rather than the market rate for the number of words that you put on a piece of paper. You don't want to be paid for the time that you produce or even the deliverables you produce. You want to be paid in relation to the value you provide. If you help a business make $100,000, you want to make $10,000. If you help a business make $1 million, you want to make $100,000. You want to make sure that that's how you estimate your prices. For your discovery project, you're going to want to do some quick math. The needs payout question should have given you a pretty good answer to this, but you want to identify, okay, if when we do this project, how much value is this going to bring the business? Once you have that idea, you're going to price a percentage of that. Usually like 10% is probably pretty good. Let's say you're going to help them rewrite their email sequences, and it's going to help them probably increase their their revenue by $10,000. You're going to want your discovery project to be priced around at least $1,000. You're going to get paid about 10% for the value that you provide them. Obviously, they deserve the lion's share of that because they have the product, they have the customers, they have all that stuff, but you're the guy who facilitates it. So roughly 10% is probably what you want to do. When in doubt, just simply find an estimate of how much they're going to be making if they sell 2 or 3 or 4 more products and price based off that. If it's a small list, if it's a giant list, they have a huge audience, you can obviously bump that number up. That's how you can estimate it. Quick math, estimate your percentages, estimate your conversion percentages for the different parts of the funnel. You know how to do this. You're going to do it on the fly, and then you're going to price based off of that. Now, as far as payment structures go, when you first do this, you're probably not going to collect all of your money up front. When you're first starting and you're starting to build trust, you don't have a lot of previous experience, you're going to want to start probably with a half up front, half at the end. So let's say you decide to charge $1,000 for your discovery project. You'd say, hey, look, I realize this is the first time we're doing business together. Here's how we're going to do this. Let's do $500 up front. We're going to do the discovery project. Once we're done, we launch and you get the results. Then we'll do $500 at the end on completion. So half up front, half at the end. It's really, really simple. That way your interests are protected and their interests are protected, right? You should always be ready to refund the money. Let's say you do it and they don't like it. You always want to make sure that you are able to give them a guarantee and say, hey, I'll refund it if you don't like it, because you want to make sure that there's less risk for them. So the half up front, half at the end is usually ideal for the first part because that way they still are going to take you seriously because they've given you money, but you're also not asking for all of it up front, and it makes it a little less risky for them. Again, we're trying to find a mutually beneficial value exchange. If you're very, very new, you might end up doing 100% at the very end. So you say, I'll do it for free. Once we launch it, you get the results, and then you pay me as a result. It's sort of a performance-based, all at the end approach. That's an effective way to do it. In the future, you might do projects based completely on commission. You might do it where there's a small upfront fee and then you're paid commission based on how much revenue you bring in. Or you might just get a monthly retainer for doing some basic services like maintaining their email list or something like that. How you structure this depends a lot on the risk and the type of project, but usually the beginning, half upfront, half at the end, and do it all based on the amount of value that you are guessing or you are expecting to bring to them. That's how you structure your pricing. That's how you pitch your prices for the discovery call.